We are on lesson 16, which is on finding area in scale drawings. So we're going to do more of what we did yesterday with finding dimensions, but then after we find the dimensions, we're going to use those in another context. So the first one says, an architect made this drawing to represent a swimming pool. If the scale is 1 inch equals 3 feet, what is the perimeter and area of the actual swimming pool? So I'm going to take my scale, which is 1 inch equals 3 feet. So the first thing I need to know, if this is the drawing, I need to first know the actual dimensions of the pool. Because if I'm finding the area and the perimeter of the drawing, that's not going to work for me. So I need the actual dimensions first. So 7 inches, I'm going to say that is the length, and 5 inches is the width. So remember when I set this up, I have my scale. So I need to know my scale. My scale drawing equals actual. So 1 inch equals 3 feet. And I'm going to take that and change it into my ratio comparison. So drawing divided by actual. I'm going to have inches in the numerator, feet in the denominator for my comparison of units. I know 1 inch represents 3 feet. I don't know how many 7 inches is going to be in feet based on our scale. Let's cross multiply to solve. 1 times x is x. 3 times 7 is 21. So the length of the actual pool would be 21 feet. And do the same thing for the width. I know my scale is 1 inch to 3 feet. And I have 5 inches, but I don't know what those are in the feet conversion for this specific scale. So 1 times x is x, and 3 times 5 is 15. So I have a width of 15 feet. Now that I know the new dimensions or the actual dimensions of this swimming pool, I'm going to go ahead and find the area of the pool. To find area, remember I'm using the formula area equals length times width. My length is 21 feet. And my width is 15 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply that in my calculator, 21 times 15. I should have 315. And I have feet times feet, so that ends up being feet squared. Now I'm asked to find the perimeter. Remember the perimeter for a rectangle, 2 times my length plus 2 times my width. So I'm going to have 2 times 21 plus 2 times 15. So I'm going to have 42 plus 30. When I add those together, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I should have 72 in this units for just perimeter is feet. So those are the steps that I'm going to follow. So we're going to try this again on the next page. All right, so I'm going to have you try this one. You're going to follow the same exact steps that we just did on the last page. So if you need help, go back and look. It says, Julia is constructing a scale model of her room. The rectangular room is 10.5 inches by 8 inches. If 1 inch represents 2 feet of the actual room, what is the perimeter and area of Julie's room? So you know, step by step, go ahead and pause the video, try it out on your own. When you're all set, unpause the video and check your work. All right, so first thing I'm going to write down is my scale, which is 10.5 inches. Oh, just kidding. 1 inch equals 2 feet. That's why it helps me when I highlight it. So 1 inch equals 2 feet. I'm going to go ahead and change that into my proportion. So drawing over actual, I'm comparing inches to feet. I know 1 inch represents 2 feet. And it says the rectangular room is 10.5 by 8 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for my 10.5 into feet. So 10.5 over x, cross multiply. So x equals 21. So 21 feet. I'm going to do that again. 1/2 equals 8 over x, and cross multiply to solve. So x equals 16, so the width is 16 feet. I'm going to use those values and plug them into my formula. Area equals length times width, 21 feet times 16 feet. Should have given you 336 feet squared. My perimeter, make sure you're always writing down your formula before you start plugging things in. So 2 times length, 2 times width, 2 times 21 plus 2 times 16. So I have 42 plus 32 should give me 74, and this is just in feet. Okay, those are the 3 steps that you're going to follow to solve problems like this. So I'm going to have you go ahead. You can start on your homework. Good luck.